A very good morning, students. So today we are going to start our English class with your this book, Talk English. I hope you all have this book. So we'll in the last period, the last English period of the week, we'll give actually 5 to 10 minutes to this book. Understand? Every week. So let's start reading this book. Let's start study this book. First of all, let me show you the picture of this book on your screen. I hope you all can see this book. This is Unit 1, Back to Work, as you can see here. Tip of the unit. Learning new words, understanding their meanings, and bringing them to use in the form of sentences is very important to learn any language. Let us learn a few new words related to administration. Here we are going to study about few new words related to administration. Workplace, you can say, in simple words. Okay, so here you can see workplace. Colleagues. The first word is written here, colleague. Colleague means co-worker. Whoever is working with us is called co-worker, colleague. And the sentence is given here. Ritu and Mohan are colleagues. Canteen, a place where food is sold. And the meaning and this it's given here the make sentence, which is they have lunch in the canteen. Understood? Candidate, that means applicant. This candidate has good skill. Meeting, that means gathering. We have a meeting at 2 p.m. today. Documents, office papers. Please bring me the documents kept in the almirah. Employee, people working in an office. I am an employee of Star Company. Computer, an electronic machine. His computer is equipped with the latest programs. Printer, a machine that prints. Printout can be taken from a printer. Assistant, one who helps or support. Mr. Prasad's assistant is very knowledgeable. So this is the end of all the meanings. Listen to me very carefully that you all have to learn these word meanings. They are very important to you all, for you all. And in page number 6, let's converse is given. So you all have to read this. It's important for you all. Understand? Let me show you that picture also so that it will be useful for you all. If you have book, then it's good. If you don't have book, then let me show you the picture. And try to learn all these words and make sentence, because they are very important. I can give you in your exams or in your test some of the words from here. From this book, I can give you some of the words from this book. They are very important. So try to learn them. Okay, let's converse, check-in assistance. You have to read this. Ara, listen to me very carefully, that you all have to read this page number 6. Try to do conversation with them. It's important. And learn all the word meanings and make sentence which we just read. Okay, so now take out your grammar book and tell me where were we yesterday. So students, let's start our English grammar class. I hope you all have this book, English grammar book. Take it out, and we had completed yesterday up to exercise G, page number 21. So students, as you can see on your screen over here, yes, we had completed exercise G up to exercise G, and today we are going to start collective nouns. What are collective nouns? He gave me a bouquet of flowers on my birthday. A flock of sheep was grazing in the field. The highlighted words are nouns. Bouquet stands for collection of flowers. Flock indicates a group of sheep. So here you can see the definition of collective noun is given, which you all have to write on your notebook, and you have to learn it with an example. Some more examples, as you can see: fleet of ships, constellation of stars, string of pearls, bunch of keys, brood of chicks, crew of sailors, tuft of grass, bundle of sticks, swarm of bees, team of players. So let's start completing the exercise. Exercise H. Underline the collective noun in the following sentences. So here in these sentences, we have to underline the collective noun. Anyone can tell me the right answer. The child got lost amidst the crowd of people. Raise your hand if you know the answer. Who can tell? Yes, Srishti?
Ma'am, crowd.
Yes. Yes, Ved? Yes, Ved? Ved, tell me the right answer. Unmute yourself and tell me the right answer.
Ma'am, crowd.
Yes, it's crowd. So underline crowd here. Next, the shepherd looks after his herd of sheep. Yes, Ved?
Ma'am, herd.
Herd. Yes. Yes, Arav?
Ma'am, shepherd.
Okay. Any other? Srishti? Sarthak, on your camera. You are not visible, beta. On your camera. The answer is herd. H-E-R-D, herd. Shepherd means Arab shepherd. The Hindi meaning of shepherd is charwaha, which guide the ships, or you can say which guide animals when they goes to the ground for grazing. Understand? Please take care of all these things. You all are in class 5th now. Meera has lost the bunch of keys. So let me tell you the right answer here. The answer is bunch. The crew of sailors boarded the ships. So here the answer is crew. The audience listened to the music spellbound. Audience. A mob destroyed the company's new office. So here the answer is mob. Fleet of ships was waiting at the port. So here the collective noun is fleet. That means group of ships. Understand? Underline it. And the 8th one is, it was difficult for the committee. It was difficult for the committee to come to a decision. So you have to underline committee here. I hope you all have done. Move to the next exercise, which is fill in the blanks with appropriate collective noun from the box. So here we have to fill the collective noun. Your clothes are in dash of drawer. Yes, Rishti?
Ma'am, chest.
Yes, chest. Chest of drawer. Okay, let me write the answers so that it will be little good for your chest. Second is he is a member of dash of directors. So here the answer is board. Board of directors. The rabbit was attacked by a dash of wolves, pack of wolves. A dash of dancers will perform at the event. A troupe. A lorry is carrying a bale of cotton. Number 6 is get me a tuft, T-U-F-T, tuft of grass. Tuft of grass. Pop was a leader of Popo. Sorry, Popo was a leader of a dash of fish. School of fish. Understand? The group of fish is called. The police chased a gang. Gang of thieves. I hope you all have written. So students, move to the next exercise J. Fill in the blanks with suitable nouns from the box that match with the given collective noun. So here we have to write the suitable nouns which are correct and which match with the given collective noun. Understand? So the first one is an army of, I hope you all know that, it's very simple, soldiers. Write down soldiers. Number 2, a team of, I guess, players. There is the right answer. Yes. Team of players. A flight of stairs. A suit of rooms. A bundle of sticks. A litter of puppies. I hope you all have written. Go to the next exercise. Some other kinds of nouns. Here we will study about some other kinds of nouns. Countable and uncountable nouns. Nouns which can be counted are called countable nouns, which we can count, like eggs, like pen, pencil, box, books. You can say the things which we can count are called countable nouns. Nouns which cannot be counted are uncountable nouns. You all have to write this definition also on your notebook. Understand? For example, bread. We cannot count bread. Bread means bread doesn't mean that particular bread. That means that flour, or you can say that atta. Understand? Food. We cannot count food like rice or pulses. We cannot count them. Any gram. We cannot count them. Milk. We cannot count milk. 1, 2, 3, 4. We cannot count milk. Salt. We cannot count salt. These all are called uncountable nouns. Understand? Though we cannot count uncountable noun, we can count them in some another manner. Like 2 bread. In place of 2 bread, we say 2 slices of bread. 3 tea, 3 cups of tea. 2 soaps, 2 cakes of soap. Understand? Take countable nouns and cross the uncountable noun. Here we have to take the countable noun and we have to cross uncountable noun. So tell me which is countable noun, which is coin is countable? Yes, exactly. Books are countable? Yes. Pen, countable? Yes. Air, I don't think air is countable. Air is not countable. Water is not countable. Bread, as I told you, it's not countable. Milk is not countable, and soap is also not countable. So chapter 6. Portion is up to chapter 11. No? Okay. Chapter 6. Nouns and numbers. Open chapter 6. Nouns and numbers, chapter 6. A noun which refers to a person, animal, place, or thing is said to be the singular. I hope you all know that what is singular and what is plural. How many of you the definition or the meaning of singular and plural? Yes, Parth.
Ma'am.
Yes, Parth, tell me what is singular and what is plural.
Ma'am, singular like one person and plural like two and more than two persons.
Anyone else? Yes, Srishti.
A noun which refers to a place of a person is a nouns that are more than one person is called plural noun, and a noun which is one is called singular noun.
Okay. Now let me tell you the correct meaning or definition of this singular and plural. Anything which stands for, any person, place, animal, thing, which stands for one single thing, anything which stands for anything, person, place, animal, anything stands for one single thing, then that is called singular noun. Understand? If something which stands for more than one person, more than one animal, more than one thing, more than one place, then that is called plural noun. Understand? Singular number and plural number, they are called. Single means something is one, any person, place, animal, thing, anything is one, single. That is called singular number. And when something is more than one, then it is called plural number. So keep this very simple definition, simple meaning in your mind. And you all have to write the definition and with example on your English grammar notebook. How to form plural noun. Now here are some rules are given which you all have to learn and you have to write also. Rule number 1. You have to write down like rule number 1 on your notebook. In most cases, we add apostrophe s, as you can see s, basically it's not apostrophe, it's s. In most cases, we add s to the singular noun to form the plural. Here you can see singular and plural. Bat, bats, ball, balls, cow, cows, elephant, elephants, chair, chairs. In case of nouns, number 2, rule number 2 is given here. You have to write all the rule. Rule number 1, you have written. For example, 2. Rule number 2, this. Example is given. Like this, you have to write. In cases of nouns ending in s, double s, sh, ch or x, we add es. Understand? Whenever any noun end with, any word end with s, double s, sh, ch or x, we have to add es after the singular noun. As you can see, bus. Here s is written in the last word is s. So it will become buses. Es will add. Glasses, fishes, churches, box. Move to the next one. In case of nouns ending in o, when noun is ending with o, we have to add es again. Potatoes, tomatoes, mangoes, heroes, as you can see here. Number 4, rule number 4. When noun ends with f or fe, we change the f or fe into ves. When noun is ending with f or fe, like this, as you can see, leaf, you have to remove the f or fe from the word and you have to add ves. Now, here you can see in the next one, remember the following exceptions. Chiefs, they are exceptions, means these words do not follow the rules. Chiefs, hoops, roofs. Number 5, when noun end in consonant plus e, there is a consonant and then E. Like M is consonant and after M there is Y. Sorry, Y. When there is a consonant and Y, then we have to remove the Y from there and we have to add IES in place of Y. Army, armies. Navy, navies. Body, bodies. When nouns end in vowels Y plus Y, when vowel N plus Y is there, then you have to add S. Simply you have to add S. Give the plural form of the following words. If you can do this exercise, complete it by yourself. This is for your assignment, exercise A. Okay, if you can complete this exercise by yourself, complete it, and we will study about the another exercise, another topic in our next class. Okay, take care of this. That where we have stopped. Well, you can, if you can complete this exercise by yourself, it's good. Otherwise, I will tell you in our next class. Desk, desks, dress, dresses. Understand? So I will tell you the answers in our next class. And you have to write all the rules with 1 or 2 examples on your notebook. Understand? Yes. All, and you have to write the definition of countable and uncountable noun on your notebook also. So students, the syllabus of your PT1 English main course creator is from chapter 1 to the Brave Little Kite poem. And in grammar, it is from chapter 1 to chapter 11 articles. Note it down.